How I get that ooh.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
What's goody, YouTube? How's everyone doing? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to yet another live reaction video. If you're new here for the first time, my name is TMR, and since you clicked on this video, you might as well subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave your comments down below, and enjoy this reaction video. What's goody, YouTube? What's good, TMR gang? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to yet another live reaction video. I'm your girl, TMR. Thank y'all so much for stopping what you were doing and meet me over this daggone break room, y'all. Oh boy. All right, y'all. We got another reaction. We got Kesha Kaye in the break room, honey. You said you early, Ash Cash. Hey, Nisha. Hey, Skeely. Woo, honey. T-Bug. Miss G. Miss Hall. Who else is up in the building? Somebody else up in the building. M up in here. M said perfect timing. Kanisha up in the building. Hey, Pearl. Yeah, Kesha in the break room, Miss G. Y'all know Kesha, I have reacted on Kesha Kaye before. I hadn't talked to her about her in a while because I just wasn't really watching her like that. But this particular video came up in my timeline. And I was like, which I found that odd. I said, well, dang, maybe some of the break room watching her for her to come up in my timeline. And the title of the video, I was like, oh, here we go. I said, baby, Kesha knows she would keep some drama going on over there, honey. So Kesha got a video she put out about a day ago where it says, who the F sent this to my mother-in-law? I'm not dealing with the BS. I said, oh, I thought her and Jeremy were just engaged. I didn't know they actually got married, but anyway. Lemon drops in the breakup. Oh, thank you, Sunrise. You so sweet. Y'all, Sunrise got some lemon drops. She said it's Saturday. Y'all chilling at the crib. Come on and get some of these lemon drops. Hey, Rose. Hey, VM. Hey, Monique. LC. Yeah, LC, we know this. And you know what's so funny? After all these years, I mean, it's been years. Hey, Queen. Hey, Pearl. After all these years, I'm like, Kesha, we still doing this, sis? We still bringing whatever type of drama you got going on in your life, and it always has something to do with the internet. Her and Olivia, oh my God, they love fighting the internet. I never understood it. But y'all know a few years ago, back around what's that, 2020, when the whole thing came out that Jeremy had little August. Maybe that was a whole debacle that went on for a couple of years. Okay. You said TMR the money funny, so she needs some coins, honey. Ooh, is that what it is, LC? But yeah, I mean, this wouldn't have been the way. I mean, what about Got Links? I know she had put it on the back burner for a minute, but hell, can't she go back in that bag? So, you know, Kesha got a lot of stuff going on. And you know what my biggest thing is? I believe for the most part, Kesha has too many hands in too many different pots. I've always thought that about her. Like, it's good being an entrepreneur and, you know, having money coming from several different ways. But what I never really understood was she's the face of a lot of her adventures or endeavors. But I never really see Jeremy out there grinding like her. Now, he has a YouTube channel as well, too, and he'll post on it every blue moon. And then they have this new channel, Pastel on Acres. They have that channel. I saw a video the other day with some chickens that they got on their property. Child was, they got something happened to them. They got murked or something. Something happened to the chickens, child. Okay, and that was a mess. Kesha needed $29,000 she owed a bank by tomorrow. $29,000. Yikes. Well, child, she gonna have to do more than a YouTube video with 15,000 views on it. to get 29 G's in 24 hours. Yikes. That's a lot going on. You said, nah, she got too much scam and taking a lot of loans and not paying the bank back. What? Now I find that LC, we're going to hear her talk about some things in her videos, and a lot of the stuff that she was talking about, I was like, girl, how do you have apparently or some credit issues and you're a realtor? Like, I'm gonna just be honest with you. If I needed somebody to help me find me a house, I don't think I would be dealing with somebody that's spending half their time in the damn courthouse. That's just me. Okay, girl. That's just me. But animal dying, poor chicken. Right, exactly. So that's a lot. That's a whole lot going on over there. And they're on her foot. And they're on her for that credit repair she had going on. Yeah. Y'all know that so a good friend of mine, we talked about this a couple years ago. I remember when Keesha started talking about this when she had got her realtor license. I remember her starting some type of endeavor where she was helping people fix their credit to get them in homes. And y'all know she lives in the state of Georgia. And for some of y'all that may or may not know, Equifax, which is one of the 3 largest credit bureaus in the world, is housed in the state of Georgia, So the state of Georgia, they don't really deal kindly with the whole credit repair thing, okay? Especially with Equifax being, they're headquartered in the state of Georgia, in the city of Atlanta, to be exact. Yeah, it is illegal in Georgia. Now, other states you can get away with it, but in the state of Georgia, again, where Equifax is, that's where they're headquartered. Yeah, they don't take kindly, because at the end of the day, they in the business of people having credit issues so that, they can make money off of it. The last thing they need is a chick named Kesha Kaye from the state of Georgia coming in trying to sprinkle credit fairy dust all over the place, trying to help the folks out. Okay. Keesha got selling illegal credit repair. She also being sued for over $30,000 with another company. Golly. She owed the state of Georgia $10,000 for credit. God, I thought she said she settled for $15,000. Well, y'all look. Let's let Keesha talk. Okay. Let's let Keesha talk. It definitely appears that y'all know a lot that's going on. Okay. Anisha said, "Oh, this too much." Yeah, that's a lot going on. When, in my opinion, Keesha don't need all that going on. But when you're trying to live a certain lifestyle, and let's be honest, ever since Keesha got with Jeremy, she's been trying to live this lifestyle. When you got a lot of stuff that going on because you're trying to live at a certain lifestyle plateau, yeah, you're gonna have some hiccups. Things are gonna happen that you're not supposed to be doing. But honey, when it comes to that almighty dollar, a lot of people throw caution to the wind. Okay, hey Steve, you said, and this lady still got to sell that other house, don't she? She never sold the other house. She never sold the other house. Shanita said it's public record, Keesha. Yikes. Yeah, it is. If you got some type of court thing going on, that is public record. But Keesha wants to know why y'all keep going to look up her business. Keesha says she understands it's public record, but Keesha wants to know why the public keep bringing it up. She wants to know why y'all keep bringing it up. Keesha said, leave her alone. She renting the other house? Oh, so she didn't sell the other house? She renting the other house? Huh. So that's a lot going on. So in the event that something goes wrong with the first property that she's renting now, does she has a maintenance team on staff? Yeah, that could be expensive. Amber says she wasted her time and money on lawyers. We've seen how that last court case went. She doesn't have a case, just mad because her public information is out. Well, if she stopped doing stuff to get brought out, then she won't have to worry about it. I'm pretty sure some of those realtors that's working in that office she's working in, they probably don't have court cases going on. When she say Keisha need to call Diddy, oh Lord. Hey, Miss Rich, I want to know why she just can't be here. Mm. She gonna be in cuffs like Jazz and not in the clank. Not y'all. She going to the clank. Well, y'all, let's Keisha talk, okay? Because one thing's for sure, when Keisha gets to going, she don't know how to stop. Now, Keisha said that she decided to do a video versus a live stream. She said her attorneys advised her. Okay. She said her attorneys advised her if she just feels compelled to come to social media, they advised her to do a video, not a live stream, because she can edit a video just in case she slip up and say things she don't intend to say. I said, not your attorney's advice. First and foremost, if your attorneys are working on some things for you, more than likely they would tell you to hush. Okay. They're not gonna tell you, okay, girl, just get on that. No, they're gonna tell you to hush. Let them handle the business that you're paying them for, unless you ain't paid these people yet. I don't know why she says things. She said that the last time when she had the last debacle and she had the attorney. She said her attorney told her that she can come. What she say? The attorney and the manager. Now she ain't mentioned the manager in a while, so she don't got the manager anymore. Yeah, what attorney does that? What attorney tells you to go to the internet and run your mouth while I'm over here taking your money? Now maybe there is one a little, little shisty attorney, but that's just like Diddy. Not just when y'all remember when Diddy came on the internet a few months back and he told the internet he was effed up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure his attorneys didn't tell him to do that. They didn't tell him to do that, but he did that anyway. I wonder if Keisha and Diddy got the same attorney. Oh God. She said Keisha don't have no attorney begging people for $1 to pay her own children's fees. Yikes. Keisha said, don't mind that business, LC. Keisha said, what's wrong with asking for a little assistance for the kiddos? She said, don't you mind the business that pays you, that don't pay you. Okay? Lord, a mess. Okay, y'all, let's get Keisha on the screen. Let her talk about it. Okay, girl? Let's let her talk about it. And then we'll chime in.
The way that I'm on this floor right now and have this little bitty corner to talk to y'all, well, there's some copyright because of the TV being on in the living room because I was going to sit out there in that couch area, but my room is, I can't be in my room right now. And up here in this closet room, it looks crazy actually. Let me slide this back on over here. Y'all, I just hurt myself. So I had to sit on the floor to talk to y'all real quick because I didn't want to postpone doing this video. I needed to have a conversation. It's crazy because this morning I wrote on my community post and never click post. So it's just literally sitting there typed out. And at this point, it don't even matter. Y'all gonna see the video tomorrow, or I may post it when I open up my computer, which is downstairs. I've been super busy. I had an interview today, a very important interview today. The girls, of course, had their camp stuff, and I needed to be filming a brand deal, which I'm going to try to film after this video is done. But I needed to get this video done because before I take Jaya to her tumbling practice, I wanted to have the footage done so I can be editing while I'm there. And the other video was like a wig video. So hopefully it doesn't take long for me to install it. But anyways, how y'all doing? I was going to go live to have this conversation. And then I thought that through and I spoke to my attorney and she said, no, don't go live. You need to just do like an actual video format of this because you need to be able to be aware of like what you're saying, posting, and just be mindful. And then when you're live, you're live. So I can't take nothing back. I can't edit nothing out for the most part. And it is what it is. And we're going to have an open and candid conversation on my end for the most part because I'm at a point where I need you guys' help. And I have not come on here. Ooh, what's this on my shirt? Is that something on my shirt? I sprayed something and feel like I see some spots. So if y'all see something, that's because I sprayed something. But maybe my eyes playing tricks on me. I don't got my glasses on. But anyways, so where was I? I totally forgot. I literally forgot. I don't remember the last thing I said, but we're gonna just pick up from what I want to move forward with talking about. So, you guys, and I had to pray before I came on here to talk to you guys. Now, I'm gonna preface by saying this: I am aware that I am not talking to 95% of you guys that are watching this video. I am fully aware. However, I need the help of about 95%. Maybe about 80% of those 95% won't even know what I'm talking about, won't have an idea, and that is perfectly okay. But I'm going to open up about some things. I don't even know where to start with this. I don't even want to know. I don't even know where to start. Like I said, I was not even gonna make a video, but my attorney, she told me she needed me to make a video. I actually have 2 attorneys involved right now with this matter. But let me just go ahead because I don't want to be editing all day and all night about this. I don't even want to edit nothing out. I just want to post it. I will be playing some receipts, so I guess I am gonna have to edit them. Anyways, so you guys know that I purchased this home last year, and of course, we always said that we were going to be like purchasing our forever home even after the last home that you guys showed. But y'all know throughout the duration of me being a content creator and influencer that I have gained the attention of some people who are just not good people. Y'all have literally sat back and watched me deal with things that are just not like normal, and I don't even want to go down the laundry list of those things because y'all already know all the many things that I've had to deal with because of these bat-ish crazy people on the internet. And for me to be at this point right here this week alone is absolutely crazy. Shout out to the 2 keys who text me over the last few days. If you're watching this, you know what I'm talking about. But they text me to say, hey, are you aware of a specific YouTube channel in question? And I told them, like I tell everybody else who comes to me about this specific YouTube person, I said, look, I don't watch tea videos. I don't consume my time. Like, I am a...
She said, shouts out to the 2 keys. So if y'all don't know, Keisha calls her subbies keys. The keys and Dons. Keys is for her, Dons is for Jeremy. Because he used to call himself Splash the Don. I don't know if he still does address himself that way. She said 2. Now, Keisha got about, I don't know, 400, 500,000. At least that's the number on her channel. Out of all of those channels, out of all those subbies, 2 people came to you. 2. Not 20, not 40, not, let's just say several. Several of you all have came to me. She said 2, which was probably more like 1. I said not 2 people.
busy working mother. Like, y'all don't mind Draco down there making all that noise. I'm like, I don't watch stuff like that. I don't put it in my space. I don't care about what's going on. Even when we had our last major troll, it literally took 30 videos in before I even watched anything. People were telling me stuff, people were sending me stuff, and I'm like, why would I want to go watch somebody talking crazy about me? Like, I just don't get a high off of that, and I don't want to respond to it, so there's no point for me to see what they're saying type of thing. So I never watched that. And this week alone, 2 people had sent me, which over the course of the last few weeks, a few people have DM'd me here, text me there, blah, blah, blah. And I like always say the same thing. I don't watch that stuff. Don't bring that stuff to me. Like, I don't really care. Now, the last person specifically, I'm not going to say her name, but she texted and we had a little conversation. And I was like, you know, I'm going to get my attorney involved. I'm going to call my attorney and have them look into it. So, you know, thank you for the heads up, but I'm just going to get my attorney involved. And after that conversation, my mother-in-law came over to my house. And she had, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna block out this information. My mother-in-law is sitting outside in our driveway. I'm looking out the window. The kids are running upstairs. They're like, somebody's outside, somebody's outside. I'm looking, I see someone, I can see this on the dashboard. So I'm like, who's that? Because I forgot she had just got a new car anyways, or a new SUV. So I'm like, who's that? And then downstairs, she was coming out the car, blah, blah, blah. She had this in her hand. And I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm like, maybe she had some mail from Jeremy. I don't know. Jeremy gets home like shortly after, and like literally 3 minutes later, and she hands it to him. I'm upstairs and I'm actually having a conversation with my attorney. Like, I already have an attorney attorney for one thing. So I'm on the phone with my attorney based off the thing that the troll had, that the supporter had texted me about the troll who was making the content. I called my attorney right then and there, and they had a follow-up, and then they had called me back. So we were like having a conversation about that. And then Jeremy came upstairs and handed me this. And I'm like, what is that? Like, did I get mail over there? Like, what's going on? So, of course, as y'all can read, it says private investigator, and it says at Watson Realty Co., which is my brokerage. And I know darn well my brokerage isn't mailing anything to his mother. So I open up to see, like, hey, I wonder what this is. And as you guys can see, it is this pages and pages. It's court documents, records, and at the end of it, it is pages of pictures. All of these are pictures of, like, all of these are pictures of Jaya. Zoomed in pictures of her. Close.
Wait. So somebody sent court records and documents to her brokerage firm, which obviously had something to do with her court cases, and sent pictures of her daughter Jaya. Is Jaya the youngest one? I can't remember. But I guess that would be quite embarrassing, Keesha. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're working a professional job, like, especially being a realtor with a professional license, you probably would want to steer away from having, especially situations that have to do with money that you allegedly owe or apparently owe. Oh, that's one of the twins? Jaya is the twin. Oh, okay. Why would people send pictures of Jaya? I guess I'm missing something. Drury is the youngest one? Okay. Wow. Okay.
So pictures of her. Just like all of these are just like pictures of Jaya, like all in this. With
right. She said they sent it to Jeremy Mama, but it had.
And I said, I'm on the phone dealing with one thing, and you mean to tell me that someone has mailed my mother-in-law pictures of my child in court documents for whatever reason, and then put the forwarding mailing address to my brokerage? And it's funny because it's not funny actually, but a couple of weeks ago, my team lead messaged me because she was like, hey girl, I just got this email. And she forwards me the email, and I can see who's all in the initial email thing because she was sending screenshots at first and was like, I don't know what's going on. So she sent me screenshots at first, and I was like, let me just forward you the whole thing because they didn't put you on the email thread. And this person, these same documents, a couple of weeks ago, sent these over to my broker, as well as like this long drafted little concerned person, which I'm gonna have a little screenshot of the bottom of their email where it says like a concerned whatever. It's a fake email. First, I'm talking to my broker. My broker did not know I had a big platform. She has her own big platform. She has her own big platform. So
yeah, your broker may have social media, but child, I'm pretty sure her social media is nothing like yours. Here's my problem with this whole situation. Once Keesha decided to get into a professional setting, as far as being a realtor, she probably should have backed down blogging her personal life. It doesn't go together, right? Even though she already had videos out there, but once she became a realtor, since you probably should have backpedaled on this. I get that you need the money, but see, that's why Jeremy should have went and got him a professional job. It's the fact that you went and got a professional job, but Jeremy never did. Like, why don't all three of those kids belong to you and him? It's you going to get the professional job, but Jeremy gets to keep being whoever he's been the whole time you and him been together. Like, if you had to go and study for an exam, yeah, Jeremy should have went and studied for one too. I'm not saying he needed to be a realtor, but he needed to go get him some type of professional gig too. And if you bringing in the money, he bringing in the money, then maybe social media, you could have just used it to post pictures of your outfits, pictures of the kids. Y'all went to Disney World or Florida, just regular-ish, But because he's not bringing in the money, and she's, in my opinion, the breadwinner of this relationship. That's true, Elsie. And because he, he's never been made to do anything. And when Keesha starts getting on Jeremy, you could tell when Keesha, and I know this because y'all have been watching Keesha since like 2019. You can tell when Keesha is getting on Jeremy's ass about money, all of a sudden now he's popping videos on his YouTube channel. He'll do it for like a couple weeks and boom, you won't see no videos on there for 3 months. It's like clockwork. When I see a video of Jeremy's pop up in my timeline, I say, oh, Keesha must be on his ass. Because how do you just randomly pop videos when you do stuff every day, all day, and then go dormant for like 2-3 months on your YouTube channel? That's true, Black Auntie.
My broker and my team leader are like really, really close friends. So she called her and was like, girl, Keesha has some crazy ass fans. Like, I'm just letting you know, like, from the moment I put her on my team, there are a few people who have been emailing me relentlessly since time. And like, they just make up stuff, tell me not to work.
Imagine how many pressure washers are in the city of Atlanta.
We had an issue with, and then they brought up the troll who came to my house and vandalized the property, who I had that court issue with. And like, she brought up that situation and how my old broker had a red letter. We talked about, because she also knows, like, me and Chanel are really good friends too. So she is privy to everything at this point. So she was just like, yeah, and they've done this, and they've done this, and they've done this, and they've done this. And it's
and like, you know what, to your comment, Miss Rich, of Jeremy telling Keesha years ago to keep his kids off the internet, and she refuses to do that. Keisha's also did a book, like a children's book. You would think, as much as she says the internet trolls her children and are so malicious to her children, as being, quote unquote, a good mother, wouldn't a good mother refrain from constantly putting her children on the internet? Like, at what point do you not protect their privacy if you keep saying their privacy is being breached? Like, I never understood this about a lot of, not just her, but a lot of these moms. It's like y'all talk about what the internet do to your children, but then you won't pull them back from the internet so it won't keep continuously happening. Yeah, the girls had a channel at one point. I don't know if they still, like, I don't even remember what the channel name was, but I remember her mentioning it. Like, all this to make money. But here's the thing, y'all. She finally went and got a job as a realtor, right? Okay, girl. You sell enough houses, you can make some good money. I'm not saying to disconnect totally from social media, but Keesha could have went so many different ways with her social media platform. She really could, especially now that you're a realtor. The last thing that you need to be, imagine being a realtor and you go to Google her name on the internet because you're trying to see what type of houses she, what other ratings, and then you as a prospective client of hers, Google her name and all this ish come up about this lady. In your mind, you thinking, oh, sis messy. She got a lot of drama going on. How she gonna help me find a house when she's steady running in and out of courthouses for her own personal business? Yeah, Does that even make sense to y'all? That don't even make sense. I never understood it. Like, and Keisha's not a dummy. I think she's somewhat intelligent, but her fascination and her persistence on attention, in my opinion, blocks her from a lot of things, because she thrives off the attention. She doesn't care if it's negative or positive. She, we know this. We watch Liv's Life, for example. Like, they thrive off the attention, be it negative or positive.
What are they trying to do? So my broker, of course, reviews it, understands, like, this doesn't have anything to do with her as a real estate agent. I don't know why they're bringing this information to me, and doesn't respond back to the person at all. So I kind of left it alone. I never brought it up here on my platform. I never said anything. I just, like, I have gotten to the point where I don't talk about the trolls anymore on my platform, because they want me to see me. I don't know what they want to see. Honestly, I genuinely don't know. I think they want a reaction, whether good or bad. They just want a reaction of some sort. So when that happened, like, I kind of just left it alone, and I just know, like, this is one of the many things, because there is one person specifically who is behind all these things. I have a hate train of however many people. I don't know who's all a part of that, whatever. It doesn't, as long as you're not directly doing anything to hurt me or to jeopardize my safety or my kids or harassing me or anything like that. If you want to talk about me on the internet or on T pages or whatever, I'm not going to see that, and I don't care. And I tell people when they message me, don't bring that to me. I got other stuff to worry about. I don't have time to keep up with trolls. So I left that alone. And like I said, then my mother-in-law comes over here with the same information. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So, of course, I reached back out to my attorney.
My thing is, why you keep calling this woman your mother-in-law when you're not officially married to Jeremy yet? You mean your fiance's mother? You could say fiance's mother. It won't hurt. That holds merit too, sis. Like, you keep hollering mother-in-law, you're not married to that man yet. I mean, I'm glad something happened. I mean, 3 kids in that you birthed, and one he birthed with a whole nother woman. Like, somebody needed to do something. Some rings or something needs to be exchanged at this point. Because how old is those twins now? What they about? 6, 7 years old? Yeah, something needed to happen. Not you got 2 attorneys. Keisha, how do you afford all this stuff? No, I'm just, like, Keisha act like she's some rich white woman. Sis, how do you afford all of this? And apparently her mom still works for her. Which, okay, girl. You pay your mama, you pay Jeremy, you pay, like, girl, how do you, Keisha probably don't get no sleep. Because she's probably up all night long trying to figure out additional ways to bring money into that house. Like, I never got Keisha. And that's some of the reasons why I stopped watching her, because a lot of what she had going on, I was just so uninterested. Not saying that the other moms is more interested. It's just, this what she be doing. Like, she is the epitome of a professional victim.
We were talking about the thing that the subscriber had texted me about the YouTube channel, and her looking up some stuff. I had to get them to call the courts because it was court related. Something I was definitely not aware about, but luckily it's been handled, thank God. And thank God it was brought to my attention, because I had no earthly idea, but it's been handled. And they're trying to pretty much allege, like, oh, she has these criminal things going on with the attorney general, and they're this and they're that. Let me just start by saying this, and you're hearing this from the horse's mouth. I have never, ever, ever took blame or ownership of any criminal, illegal things with the attorney general. What I will say is, and if this is going over your head, let me kind of bring a little bits and pieces to this. I'm not going to talk about all of it, because my attorney did tell me to be mindful of everything that I do share. But I will say this. Remember a couple of weeks ago when I told you guys I finally was done with this specific thing, and it was something because of a subscriber, or a troll rather. They did something, and in the end I ended up having to pay $5,000. Remember that? So the troll in question, who probably is the one who's behind it, they reached out to report me a year ago. And over a year ago, I got my attorney involved to get everything rectified. I actually got an attorney involved in 2 different states. For what, it doesn't matter. I can't give all details, but I got an attorney involved in 2 different states because one attorney was in place to protect something specific, an entity of mine, and the other attorney was here in Georgia to handle the claims. Because of course, initially when it was brought to my attention from the attorney general, it was questions and this and
Here's
that.
the thing. Let me say this. Keisha's been in the city of Atlanta. She's from Atlanta. She's born and raised. Okay. You would think by now, especially being her being a social media influencer for as long as she's been a social media influencer, you would think by now Keisha has more than likely rubbed elbows with people in the financial sector of Atlanta, right? You would think that, right? You would think that, okay? Especially with every time you turn around, she got some attorneys on retainer. You need to tell me once you even talk to somebody about this credit repairing company, or somebody seeing your advertisement, and they know you're a realtor as well too. You mean to tell me nobody deterred you or advised you against doing that because it's illegal in the state of Georgia? So none of these financial people that you rub elbows with, because I'm just going to assume you have done that. Nobody advised you against doing that, and more than likely they probably did. But Keisha's hard-headed and she don't like to listen. Atlanta is very big but small, and I'm pretty sure she's rubbed elbows with people that's in the financial sector of Atlanta. You know, and we do understand Atlanta is full of scammers, like most big cities. But I just don't understand how somebody wouldn't have advised you against that. And something is telling me they more than likely did, but Keisha, she paid no attention. She threw no caution to it. You don't think she has those connections, LC?
Third, and you gotta do mediation, blah blah blah. In the end, I never took ownership. What I told the attorney general was, I'm not taking ownership of this, and I don't want this to be a spectacle. So, and they said, well, if you get, if we go to court and we do this, we do that, blah blah blah. Pretty much, long story short, they were going to have to, of course, make it public record, because now they have to put it on this and have to put it on that. We could just agree to disagree. We say this, you say that, and then we can just agree to a settlement.
Wait, the attorney general told you that we could agree to disagree. Wait, what? That's like going to jail. That's like committing a crime. And you go to court, and you instantly, once you get the charge, you instantly say that you're innocent, right? Because you're always innocent until proven guilty. So when you go in court, they say, how you plead? Innocent, Your Honor. Yeah, I'm innocent. Your Honor say, oh, you are, huh? Okay, well, let's see. Let's see how innocent you are. And after all the information comes out about your crime, your alleged crime, it's determined by either a jury or an attorney or a judge, which, regardless if you have a jury trial or if you just have the trial in front of the judge. The judge goes and says, you know what? The jury says that they feel that you're guilty, although you say you're innocent. But the jury thinks different. After all the evidence was brought out, they decided that based off the preponderance of evidence, we feel that you're guilty. And then you say, well, no, I feel like I'm innocent. So you're saying then the judge replies, well, you know what? We're just going to agree to disagree. That's not how that works. If they found you didn't take ownership or anything, okay, girl. But you still had to pay, which essentially is taking ownership of it. Because if you felt like you did no wrong, then why would you settle with money? Your fine was that money. More than likely, they probably said, I don't know, because it was a civil filing. More than likely, they probably said, Well, look at here. Look at here. Based off this, because it was a silver filing, based off this is what you're going to have to pay. Now, we could go this way, but we're going to go this way, and this is your fine. This is your warning, and your warning is this fine. In my opinion, that's how I go. Now, I do understand y'all say there's some court documents, paperwork, there's channels out there that got that information. I'm going to just be 100% y'all. TMR is not that invested. I don't really care like that. I'm just reacting because I've been watching Keesha so long, and I know Keesha would tell a story, okay? She would tell a tall tale, okay? I've been watching her for so long. So Keesha likes to make herself innocent even when there's evidence that she's guilty. Because, again, she wants her audience to believe that, she does no wrong, which, yes, sis, you do wrong. Right? Because Keesha more than likely knew. I'm just going to assume she did some type of research and probably stumbled across the fact that the credit repairing was illegal. So she tried to go around it a different type of way, but essentially she got caught up. And here's the thing. If there was no wrongdoing, is she still doing it? Is she still doing it? If there was nothing wrong, if you did nothing wrong, are you still providing a service to help people with their credit? Because more than likely, if you're not still providing that service based after the Attorney General came after you, then obviously you knew you were doing something wrong if you're not still doing it.
Blah, blah. And that's what I said I would do. So I agreed to the settlement amount. Because it gets tiring. And ever since the court, first of all, the paperwork says that I never took accountability to say I had wrongdoing with anything.
Exactly. Right.
The only thing that I did was settle because I didn't want this to be a spectacle. So I said, I'll just settle. But the fact of the matter is, it's a troll and you guys could not assist me with who it was. So it was no point for me to move forward. I didn't want to deal with this anymore. I never took accountability to say I did anything.
So she puts on the screen that she's on the phone with the Attorney General. How are we supposed to know that that's the Attorney General? I never saw this video. For any of y'all to see this video, she answered the phone and said, "Hey, Attorney General, what you doing?" Like, how are we supposed to know? This could have been anybody.
Wrong. I just settled and paid the money. All of this was because of a troll watching my moves.
Right.
And they also caught themselves up because a few months before they even reached out to me, the troll in question had like a fake comment or a fake page, and they commented like, "I'm gonna report her to the such and such." And when people say stuff like that, I take it serious because I know there's somebody out to get me. So when they made that comment like, "Oh, we're gonna report her because that's illegal," blah blah blah, I already had got all my ducks in a row where I needed to get them in a row. And I don't tell the world what my ducks are and how I'm putting them in a row because I know everybody does not mean me well. They don't want to see me win. They don't want to see my kids with a mother taking care of them. Like, they want to see me down bad. So I got my ducks in a row, got all that stuff handled. So when it was brought to my attention, I just, like, after months and months and months and months and months of going back and forth, I just finally said, "Hey, I'm engaged now, so I damn sure don't want to deal with this no more. We've been going back and forth. We agree to disagree." At this point, they were...
Wait, hold on. So because you're engaged now... Oh, my God. So because you're engaged... now, you ain't got time for the foolery, huh? Not, "Hey, I'm engaged now. I'm a fiancé. So I ain't got time for the foolala." Girl, the hell you say? What the helly? This girl is a mess. God, dog. Y'all always got to remember, this girl was a theater major. Always remember that. When you watch Keesha and you listen to her, always remember that she was a theater major.
We're very well aware of the troll because once they brought it to my attention, I told them like, "Hey, well, because," okay, let me back a little bit. When it was initially brought to me, it was around the time when I was going to court for the other troll. So they were asking questions like, do you think it's this person? And I genuinely didn't think it was her. So I was like, no, I don't think it's her. But this particular division doesn't even deal with harassment and all this stuff. They dealt with the division that they contacted me about. So although they sympathized, it was a lot of pausing with the dialogue because I was already dealing with something else with the warrant issue.
Keesha, you started this video talking about an envelope that was sent to your mammy-in-law. What the world does the conversation about the attorney general got to do with the letter? Was she giving us a backstory? Yeah, Pearl, she said she had the attorney general on the phone.
All that shit resolved, and it was kind of like, okay, now we got to talk about this. So we talked about it, and like I said,
baby, we can barely get our doctors on the phone. Think about it, y'all. You can barely call and speak to your damn doctor. You got to send your doctor a note or a message through your MyChart. And Keesha can get the attorney general on the line? How? I can't even get my doctor on the phone. I got to send him a message. And my doctor is not the doctor of the whole entire city. The attorney general is the attorney for the whole damn state, but he got time to talk to Keesha on the phone? Child. Yeah, LC, you said it.
We've talked about it for months, and then we'll have a meeting about it, and then we'll be, after all that was said and done, because my whole thing was, I don't give a crap what y'all coming to me about. Pretty much, I want to know who was the one who reported it, because
we got to talk to the nurse.
Because I need to talk to the doctor. That's harassing me. Like that's what my concern was. Of course, that wasn't their concern. So they never told me the information of the person. They told me I can get an attorney and they can subpoena this and they can do this and they can do this. It was all these different things because the laws do not protect influencers about certain things. That's why it took so long when I first went to court about the warrant. Just because somebody says this or does this or post this or post that on the internet, the law doesn't care. Like, it has to be a certain way that it's done and certain factors that have to
be. That's what. You mad because somebody spilled your tea. You mad because somebody brought your public record to the internet instead of leaving it in the court file. Oh, that's what that is. Oh, okay, girl, I get it.
In place for it to be considered harassment.
I
feel like I'm a freaking attorney at this point, as much as attorneys I've talked to, attorneys I've paid for consults, and especially I've talked to the attorney general and all these different platforms, the police departments, the courts, judges, everybody. I've been talking to so many people over the last few years because of the trolls. And y'all already know, I've already said, I decided to just handle trolls behind the scenes, and that is what I've been doing. Now, back to the question. Or the situation. So after I settled and I told you guys on the internet, okay, I'm finally done with something, I don't want to talk about it, I'm assuming the troll decided, oh my gosh, let's figure this out, blah, 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 what it is. And now they're trying to allege, oh, she has these criminal enterprises. No, that's not that. And as a matter of fact, I have a clip because I did call and contact the attorney general a few days ago to have a conversation again about all of this stuff that's going on so that they can help my attorney, because now I had to pay another attorney yet again for the foolishness that I don't even understand why, but we're gonna get there. But there was a portion that she said I was able to post just so it can set the record straight. If all of this is going over your head and you're like, Keesha, what the fuck are you talking about? That's good. That means you're.
Wait, hold on. LC, she got a loan for $29,000 and only paid $1,200. Will she make one payment? Well, damn.
Who's a boss ass female or man, mind your business, take care of your kids, live in this world, not worried about and looking up other people and trying to make other people's lives a little bit.
Right, Nisha.
It means you are making it in this world and you actually living your life doing a damn thing. If you know a little bit because you have seen certain things come up, I'm not talking about you. If you know every fucking thing I'm talking about, that means
why do you have to keep paying different attorneys for the same issue? I had to go get another attorney. Why are you going to get new attorneys and have to brief them on the situation? Why don't you pay the current attorneys to do additional work? Think about it, y'all. Who she think she is, Diddy? With 7 or 8 attorneys? Why do you have to keep going and get new attorneys when you already have current ones working on the situation? That don't even make sense.
means you do too much, and that means you need to go find you a day job. Because this right here is mind-blowing and very sickening and disturbing, that any little thing I do is a problem for something that is so minute. Let's be very clear. I've never come, and I'm going to say this every time I have to make a video like this, I've never come on my platform to pretend to be this, that, or the third, ever, except for a good person, someone who has morals and stuff like that. Other than that, those things, I've never come on here on a high horse or this, that, and the third. Like, I'm literally living my best life. I got
she didn't even pay
my real
for
estate license, trying to like make sure I don't have to be as involved with YouTube, and it's still not good enough. Like, it's still not good enough. It's still a problem. Like, I started thriving.
Oh, you know what? Was it Plum Fairy? No, I don't know. Okay. Plumberry Fairy. Plumberry Fairy says, let me just sum this up for y'all. Okay. Plumberry Fairy said, now we can sit and listen to the sis, but let me just say it short and sweet. The court documents are public records. She was better off just taking ownership of it, kept it short and sweet, and kept it pushing, like most people do. But Keesha don't never want to admit, like, she has a hard time with taking accountability. We know this from watching Keesha for so long. Jeremy having a baby on her she had to go to therapy. She had to go to therapy because her boyfriend, not her fiance, not her husband, her boyfriend had a baby on her. Sis wrote a pamphlet and had to go through years of therapy because her boyfriend had a baby on her. The same boyfriend that she gave a pass to because she didn't want him jumping up and down inside of her when she was pregnant. She gave him a pass to go and sow his royal oats. But she forgot to tell him, make sure you put a condom on it too. See, she forgot to tell him that part. So Jeremy's like, well, shit, you said I could go hump around town. You ain't say nothing about wearing no damn condom.
And being successful in any other various entity. And I think, like I said, they were mad. They see like, oh, she's with Kiana Watson. Like, oh, we're going to try to sabotage that. Like, they're literally making it seem like they have some ranking to do something.
Sure,
unless I breach
LC
a part of what I'm supposed to do in my duties as a realtor. Like, do you know how many realtors probably have things you can look up about them in courts? Like, are you crazy right now to think that I will be the only one that you could possibly look at?
Sis, hold on. Now, wait a minute. Let me stop you. I'm just going to assume most realtors, not all, because there's corruption in all professions, right? I'm just going to assume, though, most realtors probably don't have a laundry list of court cases where they're owing people money that they didn't pay back. I'm just going to, and if they did, they've probably paid it off and got it cleared off their record, sis. Like, let's be honest, Keesha, you haven't been a realtor for 10 years, sis. You've been one, a couple, 2-3 years? You haven't been, the fact that you have been one less than 5 years and you got all this fool-la-la going on with your professional license, ma'am? I mean, let's be honest. Being a realtor is good. A good profession to be in. Obviously, you can make good money, especially if you're good at it. And her being a mom of 3 children, she'll be able to work around her schedule with the kids and their activities. Like, why mess that? Like, you already drugged your YouTube channel to hell. Now you dragging your professional realtor license to hell too? Like, damn.
And find something. But the real thing is the fact that you want to try to look me up. That's the real problem. Like, let's go figure out, and you're not even an attorney. You don't even know how to dissect the documents. You're reading the documents wrong. I never agreed or admitted to any fault, and they accepted that for a small compensation, all because somebody reported me. That is the whole thing of it. It's because someone reported me. There are so many, and like I said, I'm not going to talk about all those miscellaneous details because I don't want to. I'm just coming here to paint this whole picture for you guys because I need you guys' help. Now, the person in question, there's a channel. As you guys know, in the past, I had to get real I don't want to say I had to get down and dirty. I had to protect myself. I had to get YouTube involved and get the higher ups involved, and they had to open up an internal investigation. Because this has now gotten to the point where it's gotten this week, I contacted my YouTube manager and said, hey, it's me again. It's time to open up an internal investigation. I submitted their channel and submitted all of their information because I was able to find all their information they need, everything, full name, social, address, all of those different things. I'm not going to come on here and dox somebody or talk about somebody. And you made a comment to my friend a couple of years ago that the reason why you decided to talk about me is because
Well,
you
y'all,
need to
I'm
make
just
money.
going to be the bearer of bad news, okay? If Donald Trump can be a felon and run the country, how come Keisha can't do something illegal as credit repairing and still be a realtor? I'm just saying, y'all, don't shoot the messenger, okay? I'm just asking a question. I ain't on nobody's side. I'm just asking. If Donald Trump can be a felon and run the country, child, why she can't be a realtor with her illegal alleged credit repair situation going on? I'm just saying, y'all.
You can't stop talking about me without paying your bills. Well, other people have done it in the past and we see where they got them. There's a way to be a gossip blogger or a journalist or whatever have you without feeling like you need to come on here and make it your whole livelihood to tear somebody down, to dox them, to purposefully and intentionally um compromise their safety and talk about stuff you don't even know about. You don't even know what you're talking about and you're just spreading it like it's the Bible, and it's crazy to me. But yes, I have now opened up the internal investigation with YouTube with that individual, and my attorney has now attempted to start subpoenaing records because we're getting down to the bottom of who's doing this. If you think that it's okay
Yeah, Donald Trump is
send
wild.
my mother-in-law a whole packet and label it with my broker and don't think that we can go and track this, do you not think that people are able to track things if you pay an attorney to do so? So here it goes once again, where I have to continue to dig in my pocket to pay for things, and then
Sis,
people are
why
like,
would you track unless somebody sent something illegal to your home? Why would you pay the money to track where an envelope came from? Because even if you did, even if you were successful at finding the source, how you know that's really the person who sent it? Like, no, really, sis. I just want to know why you keep spending all this money on the internet when, from what the people say, sis, you got a lot of stuff going on in courts that you ain't paying for. You might want to channel that money into those endeavors, those court situations, monies that you taking out and not paying back, and la 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 la, that type of stuff going on. Maybe you should probably invest that money into that instead of trying to search for people on the internet. But she did this before, y'all. Like, Keisha good for doing stuff like this. Like, to me, she focuses so much on trying to stop the world when she still hasn't managed to do it. I mean, here's the thing. Somebody bringing your public record to the internet is not, like, yeah, I get it, sis. It's not comfortable. I'm sure you didn't want people to know about it. The unfortunate thing is the public could find out about it. Like, if they really wanted to spend the time and the coin to be alerted to what you got going on, they could definitely do that if they wanted to. But my thing is, if Keisha doesn't want the world to know what she got going on, then don't give the world stuff to know about. Like, it's just that simple. Like, if you can manage to get your hair done every other day and get your nails done, like, if you can manage to do all that, and let's be honest, hair and nails is not cheap. If you can manage to do all that, then sis, if you take out a loan, then the money that you would use to get these hair appointments every other week or nail appointments every other day, channel that money into that. I'm just, it's just a mere suggestion. She definitely got to listen to what TMR is saying.
oh, Keisha's broke or Keisha's not doing this. Yeah, if y'all leave me the fuck alone, Like, and I'm not blaming
She said,
any of my
leave her
problems
the
on
F
trolls.
alone,
Let's just be
honey.
clear with that. What I'm saying is, I personally have never in my
Y'all Diddy didn't
life
want us to know that.
had the desire, especially to a stranger on the internet, to go look them up and post records and look up stuff and try to dissect stuff. Now, let me tell you this. I was, okay, I was banned from, remember I told y'all a couple of weeks ago, I was like, oh, Jeremy's pressure washing business, and I'm a part of this group, and I posted the stuff, and people are, remember I briefly shared that? Why did the same person, and I know it's the same person, I'm gonna tell you how I know it's the same person. Why did the same person who sent this letter, or this packet rather, to my mother-in-law, who emailed my broker the same packet via email, who contacted over 15 different entities. I don't got 15 fingers up right now, but y'all get it. 15 different entities, the same information. Like, don't work with her. We'll report you to this. We'll report you to that. The Facebook group owner suspends my account from the group. And I'm like, how am I suspended? So she was on vacation. She said, I'm going to call you next week, blah, blah, blah. So she calls me and we have a conversation. This is yesterday. She has a conversation and she says, yeah, so I got an email from an attorney. And I said, saying what? She goes on and she says exactly the same stuff that's in this packet. Like, oh, you're a danger to the group and you're illegal and you're this and you're that. And we're going to report your page and you'll never have a group again.
Wait, you got banned from a Facebook group? Something about pressure washing. Jeremy's pressure washing. You got banned from a Facebook group and you went through the lengths of contacting the administrator of the group. Like, girl, it's a Facebook group. Who gives a damn? It's probably hundreds of thousands of those Facebook groups. Keisha wastes her time. Like, sis, are you really busy? Because you be wasting your time. Like, me personally, like, sis, are they not selling houses in Atlanta? Because how do you have so much time for all of this fool-la-la? Shouldn't you be trying to get your clients homes? Like, no, really, sis. Like, I'm just saying.
Kick her out of there. She was like, I was on vacation. I didn't know what was going on, so I just suspended you temporarily until I could talk to you. I'm not suspended anymore. So right now, my attorney, because this is a private group for one, you can't be in the group unless you're invited by a member who's already in the group. So now we have to track, which I have to pay an attorney to subpoena records, which she was willing to try to help as much as she can, but she got her own life to live. I can't expect.
Wait, you hired yet another attorney to subpoena records about a Facebook group? That is so weird to me. Why do you? Oh my God.
People to do all these different things because of me. Like, this is a lot that falls on me,
Putting the
but I
20
never
on the
put my
10
burdens on
feeling.
anybody else. I always just deal with my shit by myself. Like, I've always been that way. And that's why I've been telling y'all a lot in my videos, like, I gotta get out of it because stress kills. Stress literally kills. And when I think back to like all the stuff that I really deal with on my own, like, I literally deal with shit on my own. I don't open up to people. I don't pour out my problems. Like, I literally just deal with it and just figure it out. And it can be very stressful. And I'm thinking like, damn, girl, like, if you keep living like this, like, what's gonna happen to your health? So that's why I've been talking about it. And that was before all this stuff started happening after that, because y'all know my vlogs are behind because
Right, not the attorney got a life to live, but if you're paying the attorney, then at that point your life is the life the attorney needs to live, because you're retaining their services. Keisha, you probably walk through those attorney offices and they be like, oh Lord, child, when baby, their eyes probably roll so hard they just fall out their head and pop on the floor when you walk through the door. They probably like, here come this sucker, let's lick her.
post every day. So the member of my
Right,
group
Black
is telling me, so
Auntie.
she forwards me the email, and lo and behold, it's a fake email, because like, it's a fake email, blah blah blah. Well, okay. And then on top of it, it's a man's name. This is a woman's group. It's a man's name, and they sign it concerned community member. As after they've signed every other thing that they reach out to people, concerned such and such, concerns. This person has been harassing me for so long, because I remember distinctively when I lived at the condos by Lenox Mall. I'll never forget when my apartment complex sends me an email. And they forwarded me an email because I was remember when I was doing photo shoots in my apartment complex a long time ago. If y'all were here that long, yes, I was doing photo shoots with Jahi. He would come with Darlene. Blah blah blah. We would do photo shoots around the property. I think they posted one of the photos that I never posted, and I was in a bodysuit. Or like some Gucci socks or something like that. I never posted the photos. I think they posted the photos. I can't remember. I think they posted the photos or were like showing it on their page or something like that. I forgot. But they took the photos from their page, sent it to my apartment complex and said, hey, Keesha Kaye is taking provocative pictures on your property. I'm a concerned resident. I think I'm going to move out, and I'm going to tell all my friends. Like, if I could find that email, y'all know I'll be trying to keep all my receipts. I know I never deleted it, but it's been so long ago when I lived there. But they've been labeling their stuff concerned this, concerned that for years. The thing is, like I said, to be in the group, you have to have a Facebook account and you have to have been invited. So right now we are, or not me because I don't have no power.
I think you proposed around Valentine's Day.
The date she got the email, everybody who was added during around that 24 to 48 hour period, and then tried to like dissect it that way. They also, I posted my best friend in the group. It's a group of thousands and thousands and thousands of women. Me and my best friend were laughing one day, and you know, she was talking about like, girl, it's so hard to find a man, blah blah blah. So I was like, girl, I'm in this group, like, hell, maybe somebody got a boyfriend. I mean, not a boyfriend, a brother, cousin, somebody. I don't know. No, in the group, people have. I've seen you can post anything you want in the group. You have to be approved by an admin, but I pay monthly, so I don't have to be approved by an admin. So I posted, which it would have still made it through because I've seen other people post it, and it was like, hey, my son needed blah 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 or blah 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 blah. People post stuff like that, not all the time, but they posted it. So anyways, I posted like, hey, my best friend is looking if there's anybody. Like, it was funny, but it was serious. Like, I guess as I know, it's very hard to find a good guy. So I'm just like, this is a group of all these women. Hopefully somebody got a brother or somebody who just needed.
She said, as she know, it's very hard to find a good guy. Well, how would it be so hard to find a good guy? You've been with Jeremy for what, 8 years? And let's be honest, before you got with Jeremy, you were with girls. So how would you know that it's so hard to find a good guy? Now, we do know there was a guy she was dealing with before Jeremy. I forgot his name. That was very short-lived. The guy that was in the service or something like that, that was very short-lived, though. But she said, you know, as you know, it's very hard to find a good... Like, no, sis, how do you know that? Jeremy is the baby daddy of all your children, right? Girl, hush.
Woman. So I listed all these things. My best friend told me, because like I said, I keep everything to myself, so she didn't even know none of this stuff was going down. She called me yesterday, and I finally told her like everything.
Jedediah, that's his name.
Blah blah blah. And I was like,
Jedediah,
like, you do have a troll in that group. And I was like, how do you know? And she was like, because remember when you made that post about me? And I'm like, yeah. She was like, somebody reposted it on TikTok and tagged me in it and was like, why would you let Keesha post you like this? So she was like, go through your comments, go through those comments, which I've already screenshotted. So if you try to go delete it, it's a done deal. I've already screenshotted all the comments and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, go see if you find commentary. So she sends me the page and blah, blah, blah of the person. And now I sent it over to the account owner, and I send it over to my attorney because they're going to try to trace it. All these different things that have to go into it. But once again, like I said, all these things cost money. It is very sad. And the person who's behind the channel, who's doing all these things, you're the face of all of this foolishness. And because you want to make money off of somebody else's name by any means necessary, all money is not good money. And people are probably wondering, like, why are they still doing this stuff to you, Keesha? Like, what is going on? Like, your life is so regular. Like, what is it about you? So let me tell you, there's two things that come to the top of my head as to, like, why there's so many. No, three things that come to the top of my head. The first thing is, to the top of my head, is that me and Jeremy are engaged. I know several people were sending me videos and messages like, oh my gosh, she faked her own proposal. Like, because I believe it's this person, because they text me every time they're like texting me on my business phone to try to make me feel bad about myself or something. And they text me and they were like, I know you paid for your own engagement ring and this, that, and the third. And then people made videos like, he doesn't really want to marry her, all these different things. I don't go and play into all those different things because, you know.
Well, sis, did you pay for your own engagement ring? Because let's be honest, if it was that easy to get you one, he would have been got you one a long time ago. Me personally, like Keesha, if you've seen the engagement video where he proposed to her, it was very elaborate. Okay. And it screamed Keesha had a lot to do with that. I don't think her friends helped Jeremy. I don't believe it. Keesha had a lot. You could tell that she orchestrated a lot of what was going on. And I mean, at this point, sis, I pray that you did not pay for your own ring. And maybe Jeremy's on some type of payment plan to pay you back. I don't know if he's paying you, I don't know, $200 a month or $100 a week. Sis, I pray to the heavens high up that you did not pay for that. Keesha, please, ma'am, please don't have paid for that engagement ring. That's going to be a horrible marriage. Because every time y'all get into it, you're going to be saying, nigga, I paid for my own ring. Oh, Lord.
Oh, let's just hypothetically say Jeremy didn't want to marry me. Let's just hypothetically say I bought my ring. He didn't want to marry me. Like, why on earth would you feel the need to hate somebody because of it? If you want to laugh at me, that's one thing. Hate me.
She said, let's just hypothetically say I paid for my own ring. No, really. Who would say that? What woman freshly engaged would say, let's just hypothetically say that who is hypothesizing paying for their own engagement ring, which screams you paid for your own engagement ring. And then she says, and if I did, why would y'all try to make fun of me about that? Because, girl, that is crazy work. I would rather you just, I don't know, go to Walmart and give me one of those. Go Shein or any other place. I wish I would. Like, you could give me a fake one before I go buy my own real one. No, really. Let's just hypothetically say, why would we hypothetically say that? What Beyonce is saying, well, let's just hypothetically say that I did buy this ring that I gave to him so he could bend down on his knee and give back to me. Well, girl, insane. That's insane.
And want to bully me and do this. They're probably watching this like, oh my gosh, here's Keesha again. Woe is me. Like, she's such a victim. She's such a liar. I did not lie. When I said that I had to pay $5,000 because of a troll, it was not a lie, because inevitably it was because of a troll reaching out to report me. If they never reported me, I would never had to have them reaching out to me and had to go through all this stuff and decide.
Keesha, your attorney advised you to do this said video. You've talked about in 30 minutes, sis, you've talked about, I don't know, 7 or 8 different scenarios in 30 minutes. Like, sis, breathe. Your attorney advised you, like, did you send a rough draft of the video to your attorney first and then they okayed it? Because there's no way. Nobody, not even Jeremy, told you to do this video. Hell, your mama don't even know you did this video. Okay? Nobody advised you to do this video because at the end of the day, sis, what the hell are you talking about? Now, let me get to the good part.
Why is it like it's such a taboo bad thing when Keesha does a cheer fundraiser? Like, they're mad that people are sending me $1 to support the girls' cheer fundraiser, and I'm like, and like I said, every time I come on here, I always talk to you guys and I always share. Like, I'm not putting a gun to nobody's head. I'm not forcing nobody to donate. If you don't want to donate, I'm super appreciative. But this is exactly why I said I was so stressed with the $5,000. Continuing to try to fester up all these issues and concoct problems. Like, if you just leave me alone, then we wouldn't have these problems. Just leave me alone. I can't say leave me alone to these people because I've said that so many times. And like I said, whoever it is watching this video right now, they're not going to take accountability. They're going to think that they're okay and they're normal, and they're not. It's very sad because like I said, now
y'all, I'm going to be honest with you. You said she come on here begging too? I mean, shit, yeah. I mean, Keesha knows that she has people who support her. I remember when her and Jeremy did some trip a couple years ago, and she had this close friends. And I think it was her and Jeremy and some of her friends in Atlanta went on this trip. And she did this close friends thing on Instagram. And she had people to pay so they could be, you know, up close and personal about the raunchy stuff that her and Jeremy could possibly be doing on this trip. Yeah, she charged people for that, and people actually paid.
Take money out of my savings to pay 3 attorneys within the last 48 hours to expeditiously handle it, and I have no guaranteed idea, truthfully, if they will be able to find the exact individual outside of the person who's making the videos.
Sis, why did you pay 3 attorneys in 48 hours to do the job of one? Why does it take 3 attorneys to find people on the internet when one attorney can do that with how modern technology is today? Why did you pay allegedly pay 3 attorneys in 48 hours? And then in the same breath, you come on here and ask people to donate to your daughter's cheer fundraiser.
I don't have no guarantee that they're going to be able to find it. And they both made that very clear. Like, Keesha, now we can't do anything or move forward. Now, YouTube
exactly.
They've already opened up the investigation with that channel in question and doing that. But we already know how long that can take. But all the other stuff is like, it's so many things that they've done that we can try to pinpoint with. But if you guys know anything and have any information so that I don't have to keep paying all these damn fees.
You know why Keesha came to Verena? I'm going to answer that question for you real quick. A lot of you guys have asked that. Keesha, why you just won't concentrate on your wedding? You know why? Keisha's going to be a fiance just as long as she was a girlfriend. She was a girlfriend for what? 7-8 years? And she going to be a fiance for about that same amount of time. Because you would think, like, I haven't heard any, the way Keesha likes to talk about herself, don't y'all think she would be talking about the wedding plans? Anytime she can do a video talking about her next hairstyle, and she can talk about that for 20 minutes in one video, or her skin issues. And I remember she was having all them skin issues. I don't know if she's still having all them skin issues. She would obsess over that. Why wouldn't you be obsessing over your wedding? Because more than likely, they don't have the money for that right now. So this could be gearing up for those wedding plans. Or the way she obsessed over that house, that first house, and remodeling that first house, and how she talked about that for months and months and months and months and months. More than likely, Keesha gonna be a fiance just as long as she was a girlfriend.
Appreciate it. I would literally, like I said, I just had to pay $5,000 because they're like, oh, Keesha, like you didn't have to pay $5,000 because of you. Yes, no, I didn't have to pay $5,000 because of me. Do you know how many people? I'm not even going to say that. But anyways, that's exactly why, like I said, I couldn't go live because I know I could take it there. But it's just really sad and unfortunate, you guys. I didn't want to come on here crying. I don't need sympathy. I'm drained. So my energy is like really drained right now because I've been on the phone. I had a very important interview this morning, but I've also been on the phone. Like, one of my real estate clients, I'm like fighting for her life to get her into this property. And it's like really stressing me out because things are just going crazy with the deal. And I'm literally like working my ass off because it's a lot. It's a lot right now. It's a lot. Sis,
if you're fighting for your life for one of your clients to get their home, then why did you take the time to do this video? Wouldn't that have been time that you could have been fighting for your client to get? See, this is what I'm talking about. If she was my realtor and I see you sitting here talking about absolutely nothing, I mean, it's something to her, but really it's not. I'd be like, wait a minute, heifer. Because let's be honest, I'm just going to assume you don't just have one client. I mean, I would hope you don't have just one. I would hope you would have several clients that you're helping to find homes. Why are you wasting your time with videos like this when that time could be spent getting people houses to become their homes? I wish my realtor would.
And these attorneys ain't gonna work for free. It's really, really sad. So with that being said, if you want to support the Girls Cheer Fundraiser, because I know whoever's watching this right now is going to be upset and angry that anybody would give $1 to support my daughter's cheer career or cheer.
Yikes. Not the infamous scan the Cash App barcode. But what do they call this, y'all? Q code. Not she put the Cash App Q code on here. And the money goes straight to her Cash App. Not the Cash App for the kids, not the Cash App that says whatever the little girl's name is, the twins cheer, whatever. Not the QR code, that's it. Not her, this her Cash App. Child, a mess.
Endeavors or whatever you want to call it. I would definitely have that available for you guys. But right now, I need to do another marketing class. I need to do some one-on-one sessions. I need to continue to run it up because I told you guys that my goal before I got married was to pay off all my debt, to handle certain things. Mind you, we still have not even released to you guys. We'll probably release next week.
She said her goal was, before she got married, was to clean up all her debt. You notice she didn't say our debt. Y'all notice that? Let's roll that back. Let's go back.
Support my daughter's cheer career or cheer endeavors or whatever you want to call it. I would definitely have that available for you guys. But right now, I need to do another marketing class. I need to do some one-on-one sessions. I need to continue to run it up because I told you guys that my goal before I got married was to pay off all my debt, to handle certain things. Mind you, we still have not even released to you guys, which we'll probably release next week. This whole week threw me off. My mother-in-law.
She said pay off her debt. She didn't say our debt. She said her debt.
I came over here with this pack, whatever. So now I'm about to do another marketing class. Because like I said, I'm very, very honest with you guys. The only thing I know how to do is rise from this is by working and pushing through because I have to protect my 3 kids. I need to protect myself. I need to put some things in place. I gotta just continue to.
You notice how she never mentions Jeremy. She says me, my children. She never says us as a family. Because if you're calling Jeremy's mother your mother-in-law, well, hell, you might just call him a husband then, right?
Work. So, like I said, I appreciate you guys. All the things that I'll be launching.
Everything is in her name.
Like Keisha working her ass off over there. If you need to buy a house, please contact me. If you need to sell a house, please contact me. If you need to invest in a house, please contact me. If you need to buy some hair, please contact me. Please.
Girl, now she hustling. She said if you need to buy a house, sell a house, buy some hair, contact her. First and foremost, sis, you probably should have put that in the beginning of the video. You probably should have started the video off marketing your products that you have for sale and then got into the context. Because I'm not saying, we skipped to this part, right? And I just so happened to land on this part because I knew the time mark to land on. But more than likely, most people didn't get to the 44:17 mark of the video. If you out here got brands and products to promote, you probably should have discussed that in the beginning of the video. Keisha, we're going to talk to you later. Girl, bye. Okay, y'all, that was a lot going on right there. Baby. Keisha, ain't nothing changed but the dates on the calendar over there with you, girl. Ain't nothing changed. My thing is this. Those girls have been in cheer for a long time, since they was little, right? If Keisha has too much going on in her life to pay for that additional activity for them, then sis, maybe you need to take a sabbatical from it at this point. Like parents, there are parents that have to do that. You don't want to do that, but at the end of the day, what's more important? A roof over your head, you and your kids and your man's head, food on the table, or them going to cheer camp? I'm just saying. Cheering is not cheap. And I'm pretty sure it was expensive back then. I bet it's very expensive now. I remember when my boys were in the little basketball league, and it was outside of the school, the little league. When I knew it was coming time for league time, child would pick up overtime at work because I had two sons that was both of them was on the league, and that stuff was expensive. So, and that was years ago. So I could just imagine what the league is charging now. No, they didn't do AAU. They did another league that was in our township. They wanted to do AAU. I was like, oh no, I ain't signing up for that. I'm not signing up for that. I let them do the league that was in our township, in our city, and they did that. They wasn't doing the AAU. I had a girlfriend, her son was in AAU, and baby, it was times where, because AAU, they travel all over. And there were times where she couldn't even go because she couldn't afford it. It was enough for her to make sure he could go. What you say? Are messed up. It's time to redo the monthly budget sheet. Yes, like if you can't afford it, like let's be honest, y'all, they still little. I think they've been in cheer since they was like what, 2-3 years, like 3 years old, 4 years old. They've been in cheer for a while. If you got to take a break from it, Keisha, then take a break from it. I'm pretty sure the little girls, they might be a little disappointed, but they'll understand. It's obvious she hasn't hustled up on the money yet, all the money that she needs for the cheer, because if she had, she wouldn't still be hustling the money, or she probably has already reached the money and just trying to get more. Yeah, you said AAU is expensive. My son wanted to do it, but it was costly. Yeah, my two sons wanted to do it. I was like, oh no, nah, because I'm not. I let them do the other league. We didn't do the AAU. Like, sorry, not sorry. I'm just saying, like, we had a lot of stuff going on, raising kids, but there was a lot going on, okay? Jeremy needs to get a job. Ultimately, y'all, that's what it really boils down to. Jeremy needs to pay what he weigh. I'm just saying. He needs to pay what he weigh. Sitting around being the house dad is not cute. Especially when you got your woman on the internet hustling everything down the damn hair, okay? He needs to go get a job and make a career. I mean, Jeremy, it's been going on longer. Like, this man has literally been doing absolutely nothing for years. Like, since I've been watching Keisha, Jeremy has never went to a job. It's the fact that she finally broke down and went and got her a job. But if you notice, Jeremy has never been made to go get a job. Never. Because Keisha, I think in my mind, and this is just my personal opinion, I feel like Keisha feels like if she makes Jeremy harden his soft life, that she'll lose him forever. Like, she has spoiled this man so bad that that's what he's accustomed to. And in her mind, if she does anything different than what she's allowed for so long, then more than likely she'll probably lose him. But let's be honest, sis, you kind of did lose him. When he went out and had that baby with Ashley, I'm just saying, sis. 8 years and never had a paycheck is crazy. Yes, girl. With 4 kids. Jeremy got 4 kids and ain't never hit a lick at a damn stick. You hear me? Girl, a mess. All right, y'all. That's my time. Y'all be good. Y'all be great. I'm gonna watch this because this kind of interesting. Now, she come with that boring ish. I'm gonna have to tune out. But as long as she come, we gonna talk about it. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Remember, sub what you love. Bye.